evening, my world of rogues. My name is Erin Rogoff, and I would like to welcome you back to my BookTube channel. So, I have a bit of a bookish conundrum that maybe you could help me with. I said before that I don't like books with unhappy endings, but I also don't like endings in general because I am always wanting more. Give me more, every writer out there. Anyway, with these books that I am about to list, I hope sequels are never made. Starting with Identical by Ellen Hopkins. No insult to her, of course, because she is an incredible poet and author. But her book Identical was the hardest book I feel I have ever read my entire life. It is a young adult fiction poetry novel, and it's about these twin sisters, Kaylee and Ryan, who deal with all forms of abuse. This book is not intended for children because there's sexual abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, the list goes on. But when one twin must protect the other, which twin is it going to be? So, why I don't want the sequel? This book seriously was the hardest book I've ever read. I'm not even joking with this, but I'm glad I read it in one way just because I was able to stomach the depth of the hatred I have for so many of these characters. I mean, Kaylee and Ryan's mom ignores the fact that her own husband is molesting and doing more with his daughter. And it's just, what the HE double hockey stick? I don't understand it. How can she put her head in the sand and allow her husband to abuse their biological daughters? Anyway, moving on, another book I hope that doesn't get a sequel is Slam by Nick Hornby. That is a young adult fiction coming-of-age novel, and it's about this boy named Sam Jones, simple name, and he's skateboarding obsessed, but he gets his girlfriend pregnant and then deals with being a teen dad, and that's enough said. I really hated that book because all it was is, okay, I did this, I did that, I got my girlfriend pregnant, I have to deal with this. What's it gonna be like? Oh yeah, this is what it's like. And it's just like, what the HE double hockey stick? So, for me, the book was just extremely boring. I never want to hear the narrative of a teenager complaining about being a teen parent. And teenage pregnancy shouldn't be glorified like it is on shows like I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant, 16 and Pregnant, or Teen Mom. I mean, if you're a teen mom or a teen dad, okay, like, just deal with it, but don't think that... Oh my gosh, I need to gather my thoughts together on this one, but I really hope a sequel is never made, and if a sequel is made, I do not want to know about it. Moving on to the final book that I hope never gets a sequel. This might get some people mad, but Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. A young adult fiction, dystopian fiction romance novel, and it's a part of the Hunger Games series. In Mockingjay, Katniss Everdeen wins the 74th annual Hunger Games, then becomes the face of a revolution, and wants to rewrite the way things have been written. Simply said, I think. And I didn't like the books. I actually preferred the movies. And Katniss in the book and Katniss in the movie, they seemed like two totally different people, which was another thing I really didn't like, because Katniss in the movie didn't capture what Katniss was in the books. And maybe it's good, because I really liked the movies. And, it was just, like, there was so much more that could have been done in the series. Like, if there was another book, a fourth book to the Hunger Games series, I maybe would have read it. I mean, that could be something. I mean, you could have a scene with President Snow and his granddaughter, and the whole thing with the braid, the scene in the movie. That could have been huge. Anyway, even if there was a sequel, I probably would read it. But I just didn't enjoy the books as much as I thought I would, and my best friend in middle school, she was obsessed with the series, and she wanted me to read the series. I said no, because I was going through this phase where I would not read a book where it was popular, and, like, just as an example, The Hunger Games was huge when it happened, and I didn't read the books. But when I was reading the Gone series by Michael Grant, nobody had ever heard of that, and I devoured it. But now 10 years later and so on, and I read the books, and then it's just like, oh, okay, whatever. Not many people read that anymore as far as I'm aware. But anyway, that's just enough of my ranting and raving. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my BookTube channel to get more videos like this, and have a great day, everyone.